Victoria Chinatown is the earliest Chinatown in Canada still existing, and it was established in 1858. And this is the old newspaper to show that the Chinese first arrived on the June 30th, 1858, and that is the old record here. Now, why it is so important? One reason is that it still retains the old building of the 19th century continuously. For example, these are 1880s. They are continually haven't been demolished or damaged, and then 1890 all along here. Now, this is probably the only Chinatown where they have a cohesive heritage building still on one street. Say like Vancouver, they have some old building, but some of them demolished. That means these old buildings have been intervened with the new construction. Now that's why Victoria Chinatown is so historical significant. A continuous, cohesive heritage building on one street. Now, for example, this is see how this old building line up in one street without interruption. And why? Because Victoria does not have too many new immigrants after the 1970 or 80. That's why there's not many new developers coming in, buy up the houses, demolish the old buildings. And therefore, these old buildings still retain. And also today, you can see this is the old building in the 19th century. The building here is still there. They retain the architecture feature. And for example, this one, the old building in the 1930, and here you can see still there. And this shows that this building still existing heritage. For example, this one in the 1930, this is today. Not much change in the structure of the building. Now that's one of the reasons why Victoria Chinatown is the second reason why it's so important, a cohesive old building which you can still see today. But then another thing is that Victoria Chinatown is still retain a large number of alleys which leading up from the main street to the interior courtyard. And this alleyway is still there and leading up to some of the open courtyard in Victoria. And also, for example, this narrow alleyway, the Fountain Alley, still existing, and it was constructed in the 1920s. My perception of Chinatown is preserving heritage of Chinatown. There's little change in terms of economy, right? But for landscape, that's good because no change, that means we maintain heritage. If we change it, then you have a high rise and you have many booming things that just like Vancouver and Toronto. Then they change the whole landscape for Chinatown. But Victoria, there's no change. That's why they retain the 19th century landscape.